Middlesex emphasised what a strong T20 outfit they are this year by thrashing Somerset by 35 runs in Richmond, thanks to fine performances from AB de Villiers and Nathan SOWTER. The Middlesex openers clearly didn't mind that they were asked to bat first, Paul Stirling and David MALAN both tucking into Jerome Taylor's second over, which cost 18 runs. The 6 overs of power play brought the home side 49, both batsmen into the 20s and looking to move on in front of the always good crowd in this part of West London. Whatever the Somerset attack threw at these two, they coped with it well, MALAN beginning to move ahead of his partner. The classy left-hander moved into the 40s, the stand with his Irish partner moving on to 78. And that's where it was ended by Craig Overton as Stirling failed to go the distance to fall for 31. In came AB de Villiers and he warmed up the expectant crowd by hitting his third delivery for 6. The anticipation of seeing such a player in action had been clear before the match, and the South African certainly didn't disappoint those who'd waited patiently to see him at the crease. Meanwhile, a 6th boundary to go with his 2 sixes took MALAN to a fine 50, which had come off 33 balls, Middlesex looking in a very strong position. Yet more so as de Villiers went big for a third time, the second wicket stand realising 41 runs in 22 balls. MALAN fell to Tom Lammonby for 56, he departing with a total of 119 for 2 at the start of over number 13. This extraordinary top order for Middlesex continued to power on, de Villiers now joined by another international in Owen Morgan, these two both clearing the rope off Lammonby, who to his credit kept his composure and can now say he removed a World Cup winning captain, Morgan held by Tom Abel after making 11. But there was still de Villiers, who struck a 4th maximum to race to a 50 of just 24 deliveries. And he was not done yet either. Taylor rubbernecking as the 35-year-old kept finding the middle of his bat, and when he did, the ball travelled a long way. By now, de Villiers was dealing only in 6s. Max Waller and Jamie Overton were treated as if they'd just arrived at the ground after a walk in the nearby park. By the end of the innings, de Villiers had struck only 1 4 but 9 6s in what was a wonderful knock, which brought him 88 runs off only 35 deliveries. John Simpson played his part at the end, taking the total up to 215. He falling to the final ball, Taylor trundling off with figures of 1 for 56 from his 4 overs. In reply, the visitors lost Babar Azam early, bowled by Mujib-ur-Rahman for 4, a rare failure for the Pakistani. If de Villiers had summed up his class from experience, Tom Banton shows his through the exuberance of youth. His innings at Taunton on Friday will be talked about for a very long time, and now he was showing this crowd what he's capable of. His talent is extraordinary, as Stephen Finn will testify. Somerset got off to a flyer, James Hildreth also smacking Toby Rowland-Jones twice into the distance as the visitors scorched the total up to 63 for 1 from the 6 overs of power play. Banton continued to earn sharp intakes of breath from those watching with some of his shots. He into the 40s by the time he lost Hildreth at the other end, his 28 runs occupying only 11 balls. Into the attack came Nathan SOWTER, and he had an immediate impact, first trapping Banton in front for 41, and then 2 balls later having Eddie Byram held by Rahman, the youngster unable to continue the form he showed on debut on Friday. SOWTER had figures of 3 for 5 from 7 balls when he then bowled Lammonby, the leg spinner changing the course of this contest in rapid time. Somerset left on 99 for 5, needing 117 more from the last 10 overs. SOWTER was then involved in the field as Roller van der Merwe fell to Finn. And it was all over bar the shouting when Craig Overton gave SOWTER his 4th wicket. De Villiers completed the dismissal, which left Somerset in a mess on 107 for 7. Thus, Abel's late flourish was in vain, and that was also the case for Jamie Overton. Somerset had chased down in excess of 200 to beat Surrey on Friday, but this was a step too far for them. Overton was the 8th man out for 9 at the start of the 15th over, de Villiers with another catch in the deep. Rahman ended his spell by having Abel held by Finn for 41. Somerset's final pair left to get 46 off the final 4 overs. The match ended with a run-out, Finn supplying the throw as Taylor tried to keep the strike. The visitors all out in the 18th over for 180, SOWTER with 4 for 29 and the spell that won the game. So the crowd left happy, a 35-run win in the bag, and their side now with 4 victories from 6 and sitting pretty in the South Group. Middlesex now welcomes Surrey to Lords on Thursday, while Somerset, with only 2 wins from 6, go to Essex on Wednesday.